So I don't know why the last video just automatically shut off at 4:30, but at the same time, back at it again. Um, God first one was unashamed. So like I say, love everybody, and you know, yeah, and I'm back in Florida for now. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I know I'm back here in Florida. And I just couldn't be more thankful about how this plan to get back thus far has, gone in terms of me still being here because, I didn't know what was gonna happen after last week. But I'm back, and I'm back, ready, back and better than ever, really. And I just look forward to taking advantage of all the blessings because, you know, to put more emphasis on it, been supporting Valley Ridge Academy for the last 3 years. I don't think that'll ever stop, and so on. Because whether or not the kids are zoned Nease or they're zoned to the new high school that's going to be built like right down the road from Valley or not, it's all love and respect. I'm invested in it, in y'all, for better and for worse. Let alone I was there for you, there with you, when y'all won the 20. I want to say 2019 at this point, right? I think it was the 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I'm pretty sure it was 2019, if I got my years right. Y'all went. Yeah, I was there for y'all. I believe when y'all won the 2019 girls basketball the championship and so on. It was so awesome to be a part of that, and I couldn't be more thankful that I was a part of that. So yeah, and like I say, vice versa with Nice. Went there to Nice, and I've been there for so many people, so many events. Like I said, like I told my friends the other day at softball, I literally have been paying my dues for years to support Nice, Valley Ridge, and other schools, and so on. And I wouldn't have it in any other way because vice versa PV. I've paid my dues to support y'all. I love everybody, and I just want to keep on giving back through it all. And I'm just so thankful that it's not rocket science to do it because, that's if it was. I don't know if, well, actually, I don't know how to complete that sentence. But I know it's not rocket science. I know it's very easy to give back the way I do, and I'm very thankful that I found my outlets and my vices to do it. And I just encourage more people to do vice versa. Find your outlets to giving back. Find your outlets for mental health. Find your outlets, for your safe space, dare I say. Find your outlets to just get better, get cleaner, get wiser, get purer, and move on with a better life in Christ. I'm thankful for, once again, like I said in my niece ambassador video, everybody who's giving me a chance to, no matter how old you are, give me a chance to support you and encourage you and definitely bless your life, let alone the parents. Thank you for giving me the opportunity again to be in your child's life in any sort of God first, big brother type manner and support your child, because there's a reason why I've, vice versa, all my Valley Ridge kids, I've called all of you my little brothers and my little sisters of the next generation. I've called you all that a million times because that's generally how I look at each and every last one of you. I look at each and every last one of you as a little brother or a little sister to me, let alone of the next generation. And there's just no better gift and prize, I would say, in God's eyes, which He's bestowed upon me, than to be there for a child in their earliest of stages of youth development. So it's like, since I can't be there for you in baby form, I'm there for you in a middle school form before you reach high school. I'm there for you in those middle child ages and so on. And I have no problem with that. I think that's a blessing. That's a gift. Not only so you once again have your number one supporter in me before you reach high school, but through the tutelage and advice and wisdom I give you, hopefully you know how to manage high school when you get there, so it won't be as tough and rough on you as it is for a lot of other kids. So I know that when it comes to my fame and celebrity status, I love it around the community. It's only gonna keep growing because I am NJ to the city. I love not only talking to people, but I love being in front of crowds, giving those speeches to everybody, let alone kids, and let them know not only what Nice means to me, but what Nice can mean for them, let alone this vice versa with Valley Ridge and Pacetti Bay and Ponte Vedra High School, and just really any school, not only means for me, but what it can mean for them, and let alone just, and it's all gonna be rooted back to Jesus at the end of the day, how we can learn, build, and grow, in Christ's name, to bring out the best in everybody in and out of school. To where again, it's not me, shoving religion down your throat. in or out of school, but this is me saying you can take steps with the Heavenly Father to become cleaner in and out of school. You can take steps to get better grades. You can take steps to get less injuries. You can take steps to that's it, be a better child, in terms of, being a better, son or daughter, to your parent. Like, you get the point I'm trying to make, that you can get a better, you can become just better at everything, and or anything that you put God first, put your mind to, and that's exactly what it is. And so on with what I'm promoting, not just with Nease and the school I just named, really every school that I go to. I'm in this thing for the God first long haul, and I want nothing more than for every kid to understand the balance of life that they really can receive once they accept Christ, let alone the balance of life they can receive once they know what they're doing, and they develop a sober a sober head, to actually know how to get ahead and want to do better, and so on. But if you went to Pt2 Bay and you're watching this video, I know that majority of you have not a clue who I am, unless you have a big brother or a big sister who went to Nease. Other than that, Pt2 Bay's population has no clue who I am. And I mean, in terms of the ambassador role more than anything else, I just have that gut feeling. God, my judging witness, whether I'm right or wrong on this. I have this gut feeling that just tells me, if more kids, particularly from Pt2 Bay, who are now at Nease over these last 3 years, if you knew who your ambassador was, because I don't know how everybody's school-going experience has been, there's little pockets and little windows around, not just Nease, but a lot of different schools. And what that means is I was the universal figure that everybody knew. That's how I got my famous celebrity status. I was the universal figure around the school that everybody knew, and so on. Why? Because I went outside my way to meet everybody, and so on. Because I wanted to represent the best of Nease, and I wanted to help bring out the best in Nease through all of our students, for better and for worse. Like, if you look at particularly my Younglings Nation Instagram, man, if you didn't hear me correctly, my Younglings Nation, YOUNGLINGS Younglings Nation Instagram. You can definitely see that I've posted a few times about it's amazing about spelling it out. I kind of lost my train of thought. But I've been posting on stuff like that, my Younglings Nation Instagram, telling people it's a lot. It has a lot to do with the fact being that if you know what's up before you get to high school, by God's grace, you can make better choices. Better choices, and and be smarter about the way that you actually. Yes, that's true, but actually, what I just thought of, forgive me, because that was just try to go around what I actually meant to say, because I lost my train of thought there for a second, and I think I just lost it again. Forgive me. It's like at the tip of my tongue, but I'm forgetting how to word it. My goodness, I know what I'm trying to say, but it's the tip of my tongue, and I just don't know how to spit it, but I know what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, it's like, once again, I just got that gut feeling for all that don't know Nease's true colors. I just got that gut feeling for all that don't know Nease's true colors, which I am Nease's true colors, let alone you, the student body, are Nease's true colors. I got that gut feeling, if you knew Nease's true colors, you would know, you would know that Nease is not whatever you're going through now. Like, actually, again, right there, pockets of windows. Not every kid is in the mainstream of Nease, let alone in the mainstream of your school. That doesn't always equivalent to if you're a part of a sport team or whatever club or whatever. Mainstream in terms of some kids, especially from my time going to Nease, some of these kids are absolutely loners. And what that means is some kids are literally 99.9% all to themselves, each and every day. They're not, pretty much, again, they're literally the exact opposite of me. And what that means is, I'm an outgoing, mobile person. They're not outgoing. I would say they're mobile, but they're not outgoing, and so on. They're very much to themselves, and or they're very, 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 very much within their own friend group. Other than that, they're not going anywhere, talking to anybody, and yada yada. There's a lot of kids, and like I say, for any kid watching this is not to shame you for being on your own by yourself, because sometimes that's just the way you were built / wired, and so on, and I'm not trying to shame you for being on your own, because not everybody has to, let alone needs to, and or wants to be me. In terms of not everybody wants to, be out there in the spotlight and or needs to be out there in the spotlight. When I say I need to be, that don't mean that this is my lifeline. Being out in the spotlight is not my lifeline, okay? But I work effortlessly with it in terms of, once again, when I do it and I feel the calling for it, I light up the atmosphere. So don't get me confused of like, Nate just needs attention. I don't need attention. I don't. My name might be NJ to the city, but I don't need attention. I mean, I can literally sit inside the house all day long and not talk to a darn soul. If that's what I chose to do. Whenever I go out, whenever I go out in public, I can literally just be all about my business, get my crap, and come back to the house. I don't have to talk to a darn soul if I don't want to. If I don't need to. I don't have to be who I am in terms of being outgoing, spontaneous, passionate, purposeful, whatever. I don't have to, let alone vibrate with my colors. I don't have to. But I choose to because, darn it, I'm too dang good at it. I light up these kids' day, and a lot of kids look up to me because of it. And I just found so much hope, grace, purpose, passion, and potential in being who I am. And being this outgoing, spontaneous people person, I found so much grace, so much of God's grace inside of it. Back to the main point of which I'm referring to here, that not all kids are in the mainstream of your school. And what that means with not every kid being in the mainstream of your school is that means that not every kid, like I even say, like that kid again could be a very much of a loner. And if for all you know, the kid is suffering in silence of whatever they're going through, whether they're going through it just within their own head or whether they're going through it versus, again, a few students, administration, teachers, their home life, you name it. Not everybody's in the mainstream of your school, which means not everybody knows that person, knows that kid. I was in the mainstream of Nease. I would say since day one I was in the mainstream of Nease. I would totally tell you. But that's just, again, me in my opinion. I think from day one when I was there as a freshman, I was in the mainstream of Nease. I would say so. But if not, since day one, since walking on campus, I would definitely say it definitely took some time, but definitely was well worth it. And so on, it was definitely well worth it. But not every kid is me. Not every kid is universal in terms of everyone knowing them, let alone them knowing everybody. And so I do think this is one of the top things that a lot of schools are just failing at is, you have to harbor a school home and a school family environment for particularly those kids that are not in the mainstream of your school. Because for the kids that are not in the mainstream of your school, they don't need to be suffering in silence because nobody knows them. That's not to say, shove that kid out there and say you have to be in the mainstream of our school. No, because some kids don't like attention. Some kids don't like being in the spotlight more so. Some kids don't need that worry, the pain, the stress, the heartache. It's not everybody's built for like I am, and so on. Don't want to be cocky with it, but you get the point. Not everybody's meant to be out there like that on the forefront like I am, and so on. Not everybody's a people person like I am, but it is to say that, that's why we need to harbor more school home, more school families. So even if you're not in the mainstream of our school, you still feel blanketed in our love and our support towards, your better tomorrow. And I just got that gut feeling that if for any kids that are watching this that don't know who Nease Ambassador NJ to the City is, I just had that gut feeling that, if you knew who I was, for example, if you are having a bad school year and you knew who I was and you knew what I stood for, what I represent, and how I love you, I'm praying for you, and I have your back for better and for worse, I just have that absolute gut feeling that if you knew who I was, if you knew me, I have that absolute gut feeling that you would be in a much better state with your school year. And that's not to say that Nease still wouldn't reek of whatever, whatever smells around the school, if, that statement is true within, whatever sector you are of the school. But it just means that the school will be a lot more manageable. Because I understand, I'm not there to comfort everybody, help heal everybody, talk to everybody, have these conversations like I was as a school student. But I want kids to understand, still for better and for worse, you have someone, not just in me, but you have plenty of other teachers that are still there that I know of that love you the same way I do and are more than willing, more than wanting to go out of their way to accommodate you, let alone hear you out and see both sides and help you heal and feel comfortable and feel loved and cared about. You just have to, again, know which teachers to go to, and you also have to know, dare I say, again, how to try to fruitfully express your feelings, but you can learn how to do that over time. So more coming soon, your boy, man, NJ to the City, out.